It was just like, holy crap, this is a camera.
But it didn't look like a camera. It was a phone charger. Chloe Levermay's fiance had grabbed it from the bedroom wall of their Airbnb, thinking it was hers.
The Airbnb host had called us on the phone and told us that we had taken a charger that did not belong to us and that we needed to return it immediately.
At what point did you think this isn't really a charger?
He became increasingly paranoid. When am I getting this charger back? I think it was like a light bulb moment that we all just went, oh my goodness, is this a hidden camera?
If you've ever stayed at an Airbnb or plan to, listen up. Airbnb says that hidden cameras are banned, but renters keep finding them anyway. We're talking in clocks, in phone chargers, even tucked inside bathroom outlets. Every trip could be a gamble. Are you renting a home or stepping into a movie set where you're the star? And that story, it has nothing to do with the story I'm about to tell you. This happens a lot, guys. The nightmare that one family from Arkansas says that they walked into on vacation in Scottsdale, Arizona, with their kids nonetheless. They looked up and the smoke detector over their bed wasn't watching for fire, guys. It was watching them.
Yentes is a private investigator. He's not surprised renters of a Scottsdale Airbnb spotted this hidden camera with Wi-Fi and night vision disguised as a smoke detector during their stay last March. According to a recently filed lawsuit, an Arkansas family found clips of people in intimate moments, seemingly videotaped without their knowledge.
I'd like to say that it doesn't happen a lot, but there's a lot of creeps out there, so you have to be careful.
And what they say they found on the camera's memory card, well, that's where this story gets dark and messy. So let's talk about what happened according to the renters. The family checks into an Airbnb March 24th in Scottsdale. The dad, Eliot Young, notices something odd, a smoke detector directly over the bed. He jokes about it at first. Then curiosity eats at him. A quick Google search? Well, hidden spy cameras inside smoke detectors. The images match almost perfectly to the smoke detector over the bed. So the next morning, while his kids were out of the room, Eliot pulled the detector down. And when the cover popped off, y'all, it wasn't a smoke detector at all. It was a camera with night vision, with Wi-Fi, and with an SD slot card full of recordings. So if we just keep it 100, some people are just perverts, period. So think about this. You're hundreds of miles away from home. You've unpacked your clothing, maybe changed into something more comfortable. And right above your bed, a camera, a silent witness watching your every move. Now, Eliot says that he inserted the CD card from the smoke detector into his laptop. What he says he saw was intimate footage of people in bed. His immediate thought? Well, these are past renters, people who believed that they were alone, recorded without their knowledge. So imagine scrolling through strangers' most private moments and then realizing that your family could be next. So, of course, Eliot and his wife then alerts the Scottsdale Police Department. They seize the device, run a forensic review, and the police's finding, well, they say that the videos dated back to September, November of 2020. Footage showed only the homeowners and acquaintances, not renters. Now, I don't know how the police arrived at that conclusion, but this is what their report says. And all the recordings before the house was ever listed on Airbnb, basically indicating that it wasn't the current renters or past renters. It was just the owners and their friends doing what strange and perverted people do when they videotape themselves or videotape other people without their knowledge. Well, the official report was clear. No evidence that Airbnb guests were ever filmed. Case closed, right? Wrong. So here's the problem, guys. Eliot swears the clips that he saw look like renters, but the police, they insist only the owner and their friends were captured on the video. So what happened? Was Eliot mistaken? Did he just panic? Could make sense seeing something that wasn't there. Or what I think is he saw what he saw, right? And the chilling part is, was the evidence erased before the police got to it? In other words, think about it. What Eliot says that he saw could have been recorded or maybe even live streamed. So if someone was live streaming, then perhaps they would have had the opportunity to erase anything that was there previous to Eliot taking it to the police. That's just my opinion, right? And of course, this is all alleged. So who really thinks like a pervert? We don't. So we don't really know what they were doing. But let's just say, for instance, they were live streaming, then they would have had the opportunity to go ahead and get rid of the evidence that we believe that Eliot saw. That person will then be watching them, and they would also watch them detach the smoke detector, which had the camera in it, right? And, exit the residence, presumably taking it to police. So it's easy enough for the owners to just simply erase the footage of anybody other than their friends, just to be able to claim when they're confronted, oh no, this was just me and my friends having fun, and the video was never taken of anyone else without their knowledge. So what am I saying? Was this mistaken identity? Did Eliot misread the footage? Was it erased? Someone wiped or swapped the card before police reviewed it? Or was this live streaming with a Wi-Fi active, right? The camera could have been transmitting live. If so, nothing would ever remain on the SD card to start with, guys. So in other words, what Eliot saw may have been real, just not recoverable. And that possibility leaves a pit in the bottom of your stomach. And by the way, guys, this is exactly why everyone should travel with a hidden camera detector, right? So I've linked one in the description, and I'll show you how it works at the end. So stick with us. But seriously, though, don't leave home without one. And if this is your first time tuning in to Southern Confidential, welcome. And to everyone else, welcome back. Do me a favor, guys. Don't forget, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Like the video. It's super important. It gives me props with the algorithms. And don't forget to share the video. And now, back to our story. So I'm sure we're split 50-50, 70-30, who knows, as to if, Eliot saw what he said he saw, right? I believe that Eliot saw exactly what he told police that he saw. Okay, that's my opinion. Allegedly, that's what I think happened. Now, to substantiate that or to back up their claims, Eliot and his family filed a federal lawsuit against Airbnb and the homeowner, citing emotional trauma and invasion of privacy. Now, Airbnb suspends the host. So they suspend the owner of the property and removes the listing and issues a statement. And I quote, "Hidden cameras are strictly prohibited on our platform." Now, Scottsdale cites the owner, the police. They only cite the owner for failing to register the property as a short-term rental. Yeah, that's all they get, is a slap on the wrist. And the case, well, it remains active as of 2025. Listen, guys, if you utilize Airbnb, not only Airbnbs, guys, but hotels as well, you guys need to be vigilant and alert. Here's the part that no one wants to talk about. How many other cameras are still out there, hidden in plain sight? If one device can sit over a family's bed for years, guys, without notice, how many others are watching right now? Now, Airbnb says they ban hidden cameras, but guests keep finding them in bathroom outlets. That happened in Wisconsin in 2025. People are finding them in alarm clocks, even in towel hooks. Police can only analyze what's on a card. So if the footage was live streamed or erased, well, the police will never know. So when police tell you no renters were filmed, what they're really saying is no evidence survived on the card. And that's not the same thing as safe. So the scariest part of this story, guys, isn't what the police saw. It's what Eliot swears that he saw: intimate moments of strangers, unaware they were being watched. Were those clips erased? You got to ask yourself that question, guys. It's a legitimate question. Were those clips erased? Were they streamed to someone somewhere in real time? Well, we may never know. But I will tell you this much. The next time you stay in an Airbnb and look up at the smoke detector directly over your bed, well, ask yourself, what's really watching you? Or who is really watching you? So, guys, if you're taking this as seriously as I am, you need to check out the link in my bio. So, it's a hidden camera detector, and it scans for spy cams, Wi-Fi bugs, and even those fake smoke detectors we've been talking about. So, you gotta pack one, guys. We're talking if you go anywhere: Airbnbs, hotels, even at a friend's house. Because let's be real, you never know where the creeps and pervs are hiding. And guys, don't even think this is a conspiracy theorist. This is some serious stuff. Okay, so grab you one. I certainly am ordering me one. Okay, and as always, guys, thank you for tuning in to Southern Confidential. And if you haven't already, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and your girl, I'll see you next time.
It was just like, holy crap, this is a camera.
But it didn't look like a camera. It was a phone charger. Chloe Libermay's fiancé had grabbed it from the bedroom wall of their Airbnb, thinking it was hers.
The Airbnb host had called us on the phone and told us that we had taken a charger that did not belong to us and that we needed to return it immediately.
At what point did you think this isn't really a charger?
He became increasingly paranoid. When am I getting this charger back? I think it was like a light bulb moment that we all just went, oh my goodness, is this a hidden camera?
Across North America, police have seized thousands of images from hidden cameras at Airbnb rentals, including people's most intimate moments.
What happened when you realized that there was a camera in that charger?
It's so eerie and so creepy. Then your brain starts thinking, what did they see? What happened while we were in that room?
In a small town in Maine, a couple found a hidden camera at their Airbnb. Listen to what the host told police.
So they had sex?
Yeah.
And you recorded that?
I took some screenshots.
The host admits he set up a camera hidden in this clock next to the bed to record unsuspecting guests.
So there's stuff of a couple of couples playing around or getting changed. So
Okay, so there's pictures of people that are in intimate situations.
yes.
Okay.
It's more than just a few reported cases, and Airbnb knows it's a problem. In this deposition reviewed by CNN, an Airbnb rep said 35,000 customer support tickets about security cameras or recording devices had been documented over a decade. Airbnb told CNN a single complaint can involve multiple tickets. And a CNN investigation found Airbnb not only fails to protect its guests, it works to keep complaints out of the courts and away from the public.
Why don't we know about this?
They are trying to keep it secretive. And if everyone knew what was happening, they would not be using their website.
Airbnb wants to wash their hands clean when they have a host who does something illegal or suspicious. They want to say, we are simply a website. We are not responsible for this host. We are not responsible for this property.
Florida attorneys Belkis Plata and Shannon Schott say trying to sue Airbnb if something goes wrong is extremely difficult. It begins when you sign up on Airbnb's website and click Agree to its terms of service. You're agreeing to assume all risk.
The person going to rent the property agrees that if something happens while they're staying at this accommodation, they're actually prohibited from suing Airbnb. They must go a different route, which is a binding arbitration. It's a way to strong-arm someone.
Is this about controlling publicity?
100%.
Absolutely.
Once they've settled a claim, Airbnb has required guests to sign confidentiality agreements, which CNN obtained, that keep some details of legal cases private.
For you to get the check, you must sign the piece of paper so that no one will know. This will be swept under the rug.
That's exactly what happened to this man.
How did you feel signing that confidentiality agreement?
Dirty.
This man asked us not to show his face, and we've masked his voice. He and his wife were recorded during a romantic getaway.
They had intimate footage of my wife and I. The sexual union between two people is sacred. It felt like an extreme violation of our marriage. It's devastating. It's a travesty.
In this case and others, CNN found that Airbnb does not contact law enforcement once hidden cameras are discovered, even if children are involved. Recording someone without their consent is illegal in every state.
If people are out sharing their stories of how they were victimized through the services of Airbnb, nobody's going to want to trust them.
This man only found out he and his wife were recorded because police called him months later after another guest found the camera.
And they explained that every single room in the house had cameras.
Every room.
The cameras were hidden in smoke detectors.
Part of the challenge is that the technology has gotten so advanced, these cameras so small that you can't even see them. In this one bedroom, we have put multiple cameras all around, and they're hidden in plain sight. This one is in the smoke alarm, an alarm clock, and even an outlet. And some of them, like this one, I can control remotely on my phone and even live stream. What would you like to tell Airbnb?
By not doing their due diligence, they're harming families. And they're selfishly making a lot of money while doing that.
Airbnb declined an interview for this story, but told CNN incidents of hidden cameras are exceptionally rare. And when we do receive an allegation, we take appropriate, swift action, which can include removing hosts and listings. Airbnb's trust and safety policies lead the vacation rental industry.